So I'm studying a module on social psychology, and I'm looking at citizenship and participation and how it links in with identity and this idea of individual identities, social identities, and then how these identities become politicized through action and participation towards an aim for social change. So, for example, how we have social identities. So, for example, as a woman women who share similarities of oppression, for example, so sexism, misogyny, violence against women and girls, and then how those identities of being a woman informs a politicized identity, for example, of being a feminist, and how politicized identities are social identities that share similarities with an aim to challenge the oppressive structures or unfair treatment of injustice. And so this idea of being a feminist and people's idea that and other people's ideas of men being able to be feminists in their opinion, which they have a right to, but that in the idea of this social identity of shared similarities is specifically defined as those who are women. And in that way, therefore, men are only really allies to feminist movements. But then also exploring how identity changes and how the definition of certain identities in communities, in places, in historical contexts, and within situated knowledge, so knowledge situated within and around specific circumstances such as time and place, changes and is different for different people, and how actually the definition of being a feminist has also been challenged about what that means. And then this subcategorization of feminism and further division would be applied to other social identities, for example, the identity of being black, or even the identity of being a woman who is black, and therefore the intersectionality of not only experiencing things like oppression, like sexism, but also oppression of racism. So how those identities really interconnect and really contribute to the injustice of treatment that oppressive practices produce. It doesn't need to be recognized as a politicized identity to create change. Yeah. It's so much great information for me to think about and explore, and how I relate that to my own experiences.